baby. Hey, baby. Can you smell my blanket, please? Please don't poop in your diaper.
I don't think they can help it. You pooped in your diaper. Who's gonna change it?
You.
What?
This is kind of our morning spot.
She crawls out of bed.
Works her way over here. And then we hang out for a little bit, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going today?
Florida.
Florida? What's in Florida?
Palm trees, alligator, and surfing.
Yeah, there's some surfing.
And honor.
In honor. Oh, we're going to get to see some friends, too.
Corey.
Corey's coming down.
Lila.
Yeah.
Am I Hatchimoco in the sand?
I don't know if that can be in the sand or not.
They can sink, right?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Living tiny forces us to buy differently, to think differently, to live differently. There's this direct connection between how much stuff we have, how small of a space we can live in, which in turn gives us more flexibility and more freedom to pursue adventure and memories and family and so many things that aren't the stuff. But if you can get to the point that you're in a small space, it actually kind of makes a lot of these decisions for you. Ooh, it's cold out here. It's like windy and cold. I've checked the weather in Florida. We're pumped. I like that little monkey, Hensley.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it? So on another level, not only are we in a small space, we're in a small space that moves. And so we've got to make sure that we don't have too much stuff to be overweight. We got to make sure our stuff's in the right places. We got to make sure our stuff's not going to slide around, bounce around, fall.
Because we move so often, it just makes it a lot simpler to eliminate all the things that you have to put away in order to travel. So we know on a travel day it's going to take a little bit of prep, but we try to keep it as minimal as possible so that we can make that process quick because we do it so often.
Even little things like this are, you know, that's Velcro down. And then something as simple as, I mean, we need this heater. We use this electric heater, but it's a thought, it's a choice. Well, do we get the electric heater and leave it on the floor because every time we move, we're gonna have to do something with this? Because this will, like, if you can imagine, this will be sliding all over the floor. So, I mean, every tiny thing you have, especially when you're moving a lot, like it can add up. It's a big deal. You know, this is the first year Hensley really was very alert as far as like commercials and advertisements. She wanted unicorn stuff, which just doesn't look huge. But when you add this and this unicorn and this monkey, and then they all have to fit in this space. So, you know, it does start to add up. And I mean, we have the same issues with our space. I mean, Hensley was super excited, like super excited to get the gifts, to have Christmas. We had a great Christmas with Marissa's family, with my family. But even as an adult, when it comes to that balance of, okay, I want more freedom, but I got my stuff. Like, what do I do with my stuff so that I can have more freedom, and how much stuff do I actually need? Because having the right balance of those two is what it's about. It's not about getting rid of everything, because then you're just so miserable you don't want to do anything. And that's not to say we don't like these toys. Hensley doesn't like these toys, or we're gonna get rid of these toys, or it's just, but you're always having these decisions. Hensley loves these unicorns and the monkey, but it's like, well, I mean, we can only hold so much, baby. Or do we like get a bigger RV? Do we do something different? I mean, at what point, but then you give up the flexibility of having the smaller RV, and you know, you're making these decisions. And I really think it's almost more about the fact that being in a small space just gets you thinking. It at least forces you to think about these decisions. Whereas if you have a house with a basement or a garage, it's like you don't think about it. You just buy the stuff and you're like, well, we'll stick it in the garage. And so stuff for us includes more than unicorns and monkeys, and we actually made the decision when we came back to Tennessee to buy a house to rent out. One thing I've seen that we've learned is that every time we say yes to something, we're saying no to something else. So by saying yes to this house, we're tying up finances, we're tying up our time, a lot of my personal time, a lot of our resources. But I don't know if you guys remember what this did look like. This is a mess, kid.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing on the floor in here. Goodness. It's close. It's like, this is like probably 90% done. New floors here, new floors in there, all new paint, working on the countertops here. Getting really, really close. Really, really close on this, so. This is the last bit of it here. Yeah, so we not only said yes to this, we also said yes to prepping some land back here with Marissa's mom so that we have sort of like a home base to park our Airstream. But by saying yes to that, we said no to some other stuff. This project did not come along as well as I'd hoped. I hope to have the water in, the electric in, the gravel in. So that did not go as well as the house.
It's official, we're heading out of Tennessee to Florida. Did you know this would be our last route with just the 3 of us?
It's as quiet as it's gonna get.
I know, next time there'll be 4 of us because we're gonna come back and have the baby in Tennessee here in a couple months, and so this is kind of our last as a family of 3. Are you excited to go to Florida, Hensley?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's like a baby moon, except we still got her with us. It's not really a baby moon, I guess. But.
I'm excited to get to some warm weather, but it's definitely bittersweet because we do love Tennessee, but Florida's pretty awesome, so we're excited.
So we made it to a Walmart parking lot in, I think, Calhoun, Georgia, which is a very short stretch for us. It's like, I don't know, 2.5, maybe 3 hours from where we drove from, Google time at least. But we're still trying to figure out kind of the pace with Marissa. I want to make sure she's comfortable. You know, I don't want her to be sitting with her feet down any more than she has to in the van. So we're trying to take it easy, trying to have a good pace, trying to figure that out. But pretty comfortable yesterday. Other than the rain. I mean, it rained and the wind blew and it has done this non-stop since we left yesterday. It looks like it's gonna be doing it again today. I don't know, tip-wise, I mean, if the wind's over 20 miles an hour, we put something off, but other than that, and if it's just a monsoon or something dangerous, obviously we would put it off, but otherwise, we just slow it down and go for it. I mean, instead of 65, we're going 55 or 60, depending on the conditions, and it is what it is, just takes a little bit longer. So last night, the latch on this that catches broke, so I've got to get this replaced. That's not something you could just pick up at Walmart. So we're having to like Velcro that together while we're moving. So we got to buy that, and we've got to buy some AAA batteries, rechargeable. I'm not very good at finding things at Walmart, Marissa will tell you that. I cannot find AAA rechargeable batteries at Walmart, so we're just gonna order them, send them to where Finding Our Someday, we're meeting up with them. They're staying at a family member's house in St. Augustine, so we're gonna ship a couple things to them. All that to say though, this is how my mindset has changed over the last 3 or 4 years of living in a small space in this RV. Like normally, so if I need AAA, whatever, AA batteries, so I would look at the price, and that's pretty much how it always is. Like you can get a 4-pack, I think on here for like $8, or you can get an 8-pack for like $12. It's like 20-30% off if you get an 8-pack versus a 4-pack. Normally I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just get the 8-pack and save some money, and we'll use them at some point. But my mindset's changed on that. Same thing with the latches for the door. I could get 1 for $7, or I could get 5 for, I don't know, $15, $20, something like that. So it's way cheaper to get 5. And you know, again, I'm like, well, let me just bulk up, let me get 5 of them. I might, who knows, I might have another one break. But we've had 1 latch break in 2 years. Well, I don't need 8 AAA batteries. I really only need 1 AAA battery that's rechargeable, and I'm like, actually, I'm not gonna buy 1, so I knew I'm gonna buy a 4-pack. I don't need 7 extra AAA rechargeable batteries. And that's just, and part of that's because we don't have room to buy the giant tub of peanut butter at Costco or whatever and store it for later. But part of it too is just that mindset of we're just gonna buy what we need. Because a lot of the time what happens is, yeah, you get 20% off if you buy in bulk. 50% of the time, I don't use it. And so I end up losing money on what I bought as extra. I would either lose the extra AAA batteries, or I'd have 4 extra latches I would never use. So I didn't save 30%, you know, I wasted 50%. So our mindset on buying in bulk has changed a little bit. Our Marissa right now, she's in here shopping at Walmart for the week. We're not looking for what's on sale. We're not looking to buy in bulk. We're looking to buy what we want to eat in the next 7 days. Some stuff for the week. Atlanta, oh man, Atlanta. Like you would think it's one of the biggest cities in the US when you have to like drive through it. Like it's just a cobweb of a quick lane change of a mess. There was no rain. It wasn't rush hour. There weren't supposed to be any wrecks on the road. It was just regular, I guess, everyday slowdowns. So it took us about 3 hours to get from one side of the city to the other side trying to use the bypass. So, while Marissa's in here working out, getting ripped, yeah. When it comes to stuff, I think something we've done with a lot of our stuff is the old...
Look at mine.
Okay, we're gonna look at your stuff. Come here. First of all, though, let's see this outfit. Are you Supergirl?
Yeah.
You like your new pajamas? So the old adage for us in a small space has definitely been true. A place for everything, everything in its place. So like everything we buy, everything we own, everything we have, from like where we sit it down on a regular basis to where we store it, like we try to have, because if you don't have a place for stuff, like it turns to chaos really fast. So this is just a small example, but this could expand out to a house or whatever, but this is like Hensley's stuff. This is originally gonna be like a playroom where we thought she'd play. It just didn't happen, which is, it's tiny, so I don't know what I was thinking. What's this over here, Hensley? What's this box?
Dress up.
Yep. What's this box here?
Hard.
That's your hard stuff. What's this one here? Well, that's supposed to be in the dress up, isn't it? Put that in the dress up. There you go. What's this one here?
A unicorn.
Well, what's this box for? What goes in here?
Fluffy.
That's your fluffy stuff, your soft stuff, and then another fluffy stuff. So we have a place for her stuff.
Look, it's hard.
That is hard. What's he doing in there? What are you doing in the wrong box? But you can see, I mean, these boxes are getting pretty full. So once these overflow, we no longer have a place for the stuff. And so that's when...
overflow means?
Yeah, well, overflow means when you got so much stuff, there's nowhere for it to go. So then what do we have to do? Then we got to figure out either a new place, if there is a place for it to go, but most likely there's not. And so at that point, that's when something comes in and...
Take it off?
Yeah, I had to take... Well, I had to take that down. We're going to be moving your bed down in Florida. You excited about moving your bed down?
Mm-hmm.
This goes with our closet space. It goes with our kitchen storage. It goes with random drawers. It goes with Hensley's stuff. So once these start overflowing, and they're about to, so if she brings in a big doll that she really likes, something's going to have to probably go out because we don't have anywhere else for the stuff to go right now. Or we have to get a bigger space. Are you a super girl or are you a bee? I don't know.
It's not a bee costume. It's a bubbles.
My bad.
It's Wonder Woman. She just calls it Supergirl, just so you know.
Okay, had to take that hoodie off. It's actually over 50 degrees when we woke up this morning and walked outside. Like that's the first time that's happened in months, it seems like. So it's amazing. Oh, I can't tell you how amazing it is to walk out and feel warm air. Get it, girl. I'll leave you alone, sorry.
Jack?
That's Applejack?
She's an awesome girl.
Is she? So since Hensley still has stuff, it's just we're rotating that stuff probably faster than we would if we had a larger space. So once she stops being bored with a certain toy or moves on from that toy or outgrows that toy, we're quickly rotating in, you know, new toys. She's into ponies right now. So we're rotating in the ponies and then out, you know, some other stuff.
They're trying to find some apples and Pinkie Pie's trying to look for
You've got so many ponies and unicorns, it's ridiculous.
This is trying to look for some other friends.
Mental note on Loves, the gas station part at least, like it seems like it's always chaos in these things. I don't know why. Like Pilot, Flying J, for some reason they're not usually as bad. Loves, not always great. But the one great thing is We've spent $160 in fuel to get from Tennessee to St. Augustine, Florida with our home. That's pretty cool. So it did take us longer than expected to get here.
This is finding our some days. This is Jesse's grandmother's house.
I think with RVing, I guess life in general, everything just kind of gravitates toward chaos. And in a small space, when everything's gravitating toward chaos, chaos ensues that much faster. It's so hard with stuff. It's just, I don't want to say necessary evil. I mean, we need stuff. Stuff needs us. I don't know if stuff needs us. I don't think it works like that, but we consider ourselves recovering stuffaholics.
I wouldn't consider you, but I know I am. Yesterday, for instance, I was at Target and they had a baby outfit. I was gonna get it, and then I thought, do I love it? And I didn't love it. So even though it was 75% off, I didn't get it because I didn't love it.
But we've both been raised like, if you see the sale, and you stock up because you never know. But this lifestyle isn't a you never know kind of lifestyle. You don't have room to put it anywhere.
You have to love what little bit you have. That's kind of the question I have to ask myself. Because there's lots of things that I like and I want, but do I love it? That's a whole nother level.
So there's a place for everything in its place. When you're saying yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else, and then everything gravitates toward chaos. Like, which of those...
I've heard you say all those multiple times to me.
I'm telling myself those too, though. Like, which of those do you think, or do I love it? Like, which do you think is most helpful?
For me, it's do I love it.
Okay.
Because that's what I struggle with the most. I think is wanting more. But if you don't love it, then... there's not room for that. There's only room for things we love and that bring you joy and happiness, and all the other stuff just kind of clutters it. So
mine's similar. These are all similar, all these thoughts or whatever, but when I say yes to something, I'm saying no to something else. Like, everything has a cost to it. Everything has a cost to it, whether it's time or family, or, you know, it doesn't have to be money cost. It could be other kind of costs. So I'm constantly asking myself that. I'm very careful with my yeses.
Well, even yesterday, the same trip where I was I found my 75% off outfit. They had these adorable t-shirts for Hensley that were $4, but the line was insane. And I'm like, is it worth my $4 t-shirt to stand in this line for 45 minutes? Coming to that realization that your time is worth something.
And Christmas is tough because it's like all these thoughts and struggles are all just bunched together into one day. And so it's been hard with Hensley, letting her know that, hey, this isn't about stuff. Yeah, we're going to get some stuff, but we're trying to get stuff that's small, only the stuff we need. We're trying to share with other people. If we get things that we don't love, we're going to give those away.
Well, you either deal with it now or you deal with it later.
Yeah.
So we try to just deal with things as they happen instead of storing it. And then one day you or someone else is going to have to deal with that.
I think it's more decisions to live in a small space.
Definitely.
But you would make those decisions anyways, no matter what space you're in. You might just have to make them when you move. Or you might have to make them when, you know, or when maybe your kids make it when you pass away. Or, you know, the decisions are going to be made. It's just we try to make those up front so that we don't have to deal with those later. And we rarely store things. No, Christmas was great. We had a good drive down here. This is beautiful. This is like another world. Like, this is beautiful here right now. It's like a 20-degree jump as far as weather. So we were excited to be in Florida. I showed you guys a couple of clips of Christmas in this video, but if you want to see, I'm going to have an entire edited video of Christmas. Oh my goodness, look at that line.
Christmas tree.
So we don't know if that Santa's giving out $100 bills or what, but that line is insane. We couldn't do it. We waited 15 minutes and it moved like 3 people, and just no.
Apparently Santa's moving locations. We're in the wrong place.
If you want to see that, you can check that out on Patreon, lessjunkmorejourney.com/Patreon. We love, I don't even know how many, we got dozens of like videos that if you've only watched YouTube, you haven't seen, because there's a lot of videos, live chats and stuff that are on Patreon that we've been sharing on there too. That's our journey for the last few days. Now Corey, with Finding Her Someday, in a former life, still his life, I guess he still has the business, but he's a detailer. And so he's taken one look at our van and our Airstream and decided they desperately need detailing. They still got pieces of Alaska on them, I think. So he's gonna be helping us with detailing that. So we're gonna wrap up, do some detailing, it looks like. We'll catch you guys later.